The following is a live sports presentation of Glycod. GLICOD.com.
Glycod's coverage of Central Kentucky high school basketball starts now. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Happy Friday the 13th and welcome to Bryan Station High School, Central Kentucky high school basketball. It's Chris LeBar, he's former Wildcat. Sean Woods. Welcome to Madison Central and Bryan Station. Partner, this is early in the season, but two teams very quality at this point.
No doubt about it. I got a chance to go watch Madison Central against GRC, and they were super competitive. You know, as talented as GRC was, they were in a dogfight. People are going to remember this team at the end of the year. They're coming. They're young. They only have one senior, okay, and the rest juniors and sophomores, they're coming. But you know about Bryan Station, the heat is on. You know what I'm saying? They're going to make it a track meet, and they're going to continue to do it, led by Amari Owens.
Yeah, Madison Central 4-1. They beat Estill County last night, outscored the Engineers 47-5 in the second half.
Well, that's who they are. You know, they're going to turn the heat up, and, you know, this is a highly competitive team, and tonight it's going to be two highly competitive teams going at each other and both well coached.
A lot of storylines in this game, and speaking of well coached, what about 900 plus career wins or more between these two head coaches tonight?
No doubt about it. I know both of them personally, but the other one's like my brother, and Alan Feldhouse. His brother was my roommate in college and my teammate. But and on the other hand, Champ Liggins has become a legend around here as far as keeping the mystique of Bryan Station Defender basketball going.
So glad you joined us tonight, Madison Central and Bryan Station, and we'll be right back after this.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
With Fast Signs, create striking custom visuals that inspire pride district-wide. Fast Signs, make your statement.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives and led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This edition of Coach's Comments is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
With Coach Alan Feldhouse of Madison Central. Coach, you've had 2 games this week, 2 good games, one really tough one at GRC. First of all, let's talk about that a little bit and the outcome, because I was highly impressed and somewhat surprised that you are as good as you are, as young as you are, and you also have a couple of additions too that you would like to talk about.
Yeah, we're not the same team we were last year, thank goodness. Last year we had one person that could score. I mean, we had one person. I've been coaching 39 years. We had one person in double figures for the season. So this year, of course, with the addition of Jake, that helps out. And then my Asher kid, it's because he's worked his dang tail off. From the time summer basketball was over, he was in that gym every single day. He worked with Dominique 2 or 3 days a week, and he's just a totally different basketball player. We just got some options, where last year we did not have any options. And when you got a guy that's getting 15 rebounds a game, that helps out. That helps out too. I think we're averaging over 40 rebounds a game.
And you're talking about your nephew, Jake Feldhouse.
Yeah.
Tell me what it's been like, you know, from a family situation. I know your dad's looking down like, you know, he's so proud that this was able to happen. But what has it been like, you know what I'm saying, for Mom and Darren and everybody involved in the Feldhouse family?
Well, we just think it was the best thing for Jake. Of course, being the golfer that he is, our golf team had won 2 state championships, and he joins and they win 3 and got a good chance next year to be 4 in a row. And but really, from a basketball standpoint, he's really never worked at basketball. Of course, he's not going to have any choice now but to work at basketball. So he's still a work in progress offensively. I mean, he's averaging 15 and 15 right now, but I think offensively he'll get even better the more he plays. I just think it was just a good move for everybody all around. I know I've got a good group of kids, and I know they love Jake. I know Jake loves them. So I just think, and thank goodness I get to have him more than 1 year too.
No doubt
I've only got 1 senior.
That's
so I mean, he's going to be playing with these guys for another year. So
well, I see a Sweet 16 run before he leaves you. But on the other hand, going against Bryan Station tonight, what are the keys for you to be successful against this team that's highly octane with pressing and speed and Amari Owens? What is going to be your deal tonight going against them?
We'll face nobody like them the entire year as far as constant pressure. They miss, we get a rebound, they start trapping. So it's really not the type of team you'd want to play with no preparation, because we played last night. You'd like to have a day or two, but I'm not really worried about it. This December, this game don't mean anything. Right. It's that next time we play against them. But it'd be good for my guys to face that type of pressure, because we won't see this type of pressure at the rest. Nobody plays this type of system, and it's perfect for the type of athletes that they have, and Champ's always done it. He does a good job coaching that system. Getting your kids to slow down and spread the floor. It's easier said than done, but I'd like to have a couple days practice to get ready for it, but unfortunately we don't have that luxury, so we'll just do the best we can.
Well, buddy, I appreciate it, and good luck to you tonight, and I'm so happy that Jake's with you, too. You know how I am with you guys. You guys are my family also.
Your family does, too, Sean, so you'll get to see him play a little bit more this year, too.
No doubt about it. Love you, man. Take care.
You too, Sean. Thanks.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Madnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Madnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Madnasium, we're changing lives through math.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
New recruit, take advantage of our apprenticeship program. Come out of our 4-year course debt-free. With health insurance, a guaranteed pension, a degree, and an electrical license.
3 words I'd use to describe the apprenticeship are opportunity, skillful, educational,
solid career path,
rewarding, beneficial, and a brotherhood.
A life-changing opportunity.
The cost of school is free. All your books are paid for.
You go to school once every 2 weeks. All the other stuff is on-the-job training.
The teachers here are great. They're all very, very knowledgeable.
They're preparing you for what you're already seeing in the field.
If you're struggling with something in school, sometimes your fellow students can help you work through that.
Everyone's willing to help each other. It's like a big family.
I love being a part of a union, something bigger than myself.
This field is so vast. You can find something that you really love to do because there is so much you can do.
I went from a job to a life-changing career.
Power up your potential with the IBEW.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
Stuck on the road? Call Martin's Peterbilt Mobile Service. Our 24/7 commercial roadside service, truck and trailer repair, and warranty service will have you back on the road in no time. Call us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Martin's Peterbilt, keeping you rolling.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Back live at Bryan Station High School, 18-plus minutes ahead of Madison Central and the Bryan Station Defenders. I'm Chris LeBar alongside former Wildcat Sean Woods, and you're very familiar with the Feldhouse family. This head coach, what hasn't he done, Sean, in his career?
He's done everything. You know, he's crossed all the boxes. He's won a state championship. He's had a Kentucky Mr. Basketball. He's had a Kentucky kid that played for Kentucky. A couple of them, and now to in the latter parts of his career, what more can you ask for than be able to coach the last male Feldhouse, and that's Jake Feldhouse, which is Darren Feldhouse's son.
Al Holland, at least actively, has the most wins amongst Kentucky head coaches, 745. That's important because Hazard is going to take on Madison Central in early January, so you've got the top two active most winningest head coaches in Kentucky.
Well, if you want to mention Kentucky tradition, the last 30 years, you got to mention those two. And they've been the most successful guys. They got the most wins of any coach that's coaching right now. And both of them have a really good basketball team and always have had good teams. Even though their personnel hasn't been quite where they wanted it, they've been consistent in the winning column. And you're in a dogfight when you play either one of those coaches.
Let's talk a bit more about this current group of Indians. And Coach described the growth that Luke Asher has really exhibited in his junior year. Now 24 points a game, but north of 60, Sean, from the floor.
I'll tell you what, I watched him play against GRC the other night, and I thought he was probably one of the best or second best player on the floor. He can score at all three levels. He's a gamer. When the game's on the line and the game got tight and GRC started to run away, he always found a way to make a bucket or make a bucket for someone. He's highly aggressive, big-time three-point shooter, and he's going to have to play good tonight and not get sped up when you're going against these Bryan Station defenders.
Got 3 double-figure scores. Last year, only 1, so already rapid growth, rapid improvement for an improved Madison Central team. Again, the Indians 4-1 through the first 11-plus days of this season. Tonight's broadcast is authorized by Bryan Station High School with production rights owned by Glycod. Our aim is to provide the most positive representation for all participating student athletes, coaches, and game personnel. Thank you for watching. Collectively, on the boys' side, these head coaches tonight, they've won in excess of 1,100 games. And we'll talk with the Part B of the duo. Champ Ligon, head coach of Bryan Station, will join us next. You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball on Glycod.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time. While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Make a bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento, or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. And new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
I love Head Start.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Well, Champ, a 3-for-3 start for the year. How would you assess the first week plus?
I think the kids really played well, and we played hard, and the guys are working hard every day. It's just regression. I mean, it's just early. We've done some things really well, but then we've got other things to work on, and we just keep moving forward. It's going to get much harder tonight. It's going to get a lot harder for the rest of December playing in the King of the Bluegrass and the and Catholics tournament. And then we also got Eastern tomorrow afternoon at the same time as the Louisville, Kentucky game. I wonder who scheduled that. Right.
Do you sense with all these exciting games ahead that this team's maybe a bit more focused, getting ready?
I think this is a really mature group. They've been all playing varsity for 2 or 3 years, kind of taking their lumps, kept getting better and getting better. They come focused every day.
So you've got a couple of football players that are now integrated into the rotation. How have they settled into things?
Oh, you know what? Like they came out of football like they were in mid-season form for the most part. They're kids that were actually basketball players first and then became dual sport athletes, and that playing football has been a really positive experience for them, gave them a lot of success, bulked them up, maybe a little meaner, a little tougher, and that's helped us tremendously.
Mari Owens having a great statistical start, 25 points per. How are you challenging him at this point?
Well, there's various things he's got to work on. I mean, one game we challenged him to, get assists, drop dimes, and work on his mid-range game, and he did that. And he can pretty much do whatever you ask him to do. He's also a great defensive player at times when he needs to be. He pretty much rises to the occasion. Whatever we need to be done, that's what he does.
You talked about Madison Central and the type of team they have, or at least you hinted on that. How will they most challenge you tonight?
Well, I think it's going to really be a challenge for our post players, because they got 2 really good inside players in Feldhouse, and I think it's Akers, his other kid. both of them attack the basket hard, rebound well. It's going to be a dogfight.
An important game, but yet you've got so many larger ones ahead. How do you keep things in perspective?
Well, yeah, I've always been one that every game is life or death, but yeah, it's a long season. You just gotta learn from every game and try to get better, and hopefully that's what we're doing right now.
You got your Christmas shopping done?
No.
We'll be right back after this. Thank you, Coach.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
We all want our kids to grow up safe and healthy, so we show them how, and we tell them with honest conversations that let them know what we expect. That's especially important when it comes to alcohol and other drugs. Kids need to know the dangers and how to avoid them. And when it comes to pain medications, opioids, they need to know that they should never be taken without a prescription and never shared with friends or family. It's dangerous and illegal. So talk with your kids, because when you talk, they hear you.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital. I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
Back with former Bench Oak National Coach of the Year, Sean Woods. I'm Chris LeBar. Bryan Station and Madison Central tonight on Central Kentucky High School Basketball. Well, Coach, you know a lot about great head coaches in Champ Licken. He's really done the daily double. Had success with boys and girls. Has to be very, very difficult.
No doubt about it, but he's a jack of all trades. And if you get to know Champ and talk to him, he has a mild-mannered demeanor about him. You know what I mean? And I can see him being successful at both sides because he can relate to men and women just with his demeanor as a coach. And everybody knows how good of an X and O and getting people to overachieve and win a lot of basketball games. But, man, from a personal standpoint, if you get to know him, you'll understand why he's been successful on both sides.
And he's coached at Bryan Station twice, 2 different stints, so that's another element to distinguish him.
Well, that lets you know what type of legacy that he left the first time. You know, he was highly successful. He coached, you know, a guy that played in the NBA and went to 2 national championships. So he knows what he's doing, and he knows what a player looks like, and he knows how to develop players, and that's why the consistency of Bryan Station has stayed the same and has gotten back to where they were once he took back over the helm.
Let's talk about tonight's keys to the game, presented by our great friends at Tech 24. They're offering a fresh start, career opportunities in Lexington. Contact Brad Wilson at 864-549-8344. And you and Coach Feldhaus hinted tonight on what's most important for this Madison Central team. They've got to handle some pressure.
They do. They got to handle Bryan Station's pressure and multiple defenses. You know, even though he mentioned, even on missed shots, Bryan Station may just trap you out of nowhere. So it's going to speed and junk up the game a little bit, and it's going to make his guys grow up real fast. 2, they got to get back in transition. You know, Amari Owens is going to push it like no other, and he's probably one of the most demanding point guards as far as putting pressure on the opposite team in the state of Kentucky. So you got to be able to contain him. Also, the main deal is you got to control the tempo. If they don't control the tempo and get out in a rat race and stay uncomfortable and be rushed on every shot, every possession, it may be a long night for them.
Take a look at what's most important for Bryan Station. This is a defender team. They're going to score a lot of points.
No doubt about it. Their keys is to speed Madison Central up, keep them uncomfortable, and pose their will on them from a defensive standpoint. Crash the glass. See if Jake Feldhaus is all that as far as being a big-time rebounder. 2, keep Madison Central uncomfortable, changing defenses. We said that earlier. And then also, the main thing is, like I said before, whoever wins the backboard and the turnover ratio, assist to turnover ratio, wins the game.
This is from a production standpoint. Station, again, it's very early, but they're averaging 79, only giving up 41 points. That's 12 fewer than Madison Central has allowed.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know, their schedule hasn't been what Madison Central's been. It's going to be tested tonight for sure. But even saying that, I've watched them play, and I'm highly impressed on how disciplined they are, staying out of foul trouble, not reaching, and still creating turnovers that turns into great offensive buckets on the other end.
Starting lineups on the way back. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Madnasium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Madnasium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Madnasium, we're changing lives through math.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by Roosters, a fun, casual place and a great place to watch tonight's game on Glycod. Visit any of their 3 Central Kentucky locations or order online at roosterswings.com. We will underscore this by saying the expected starters. Madison Central with a couple of very impressive post players. Luke Asher leading them in scoring at 24 points a game. Jake Feldhaus, 14 points alongside 15 caroms. Cody Morrison, a dual sports star, excelling in football as well. He averages 11. And then Will Richardson and Cam Steele in the backcourt. For Bryan Station, Amari Owens, 25 points per in the early going. He'll be joined in the backcourt by Rashad Faulkner and Justin Richmond. Tayshawn Adams, a wing, at 9 points, team leading 6 rebounds, and post senior Antoine Burton, the expected quintet for Bryan Station. And Burton really going to be important tonight, maybe not from a scoring standpoint, but he does have some girth. How well will he rebound?
He's going to get tested today. You know, he's going to go up against some guys that likes to go eat that glass up. And I'm telling you right now, Jake Feldhaus eats that glass up. I was very highly impressed, not because he's Darren's son, but that's what he does. And you're going to have to keep those two guys from Madison Central off. So it's going to be a great test for him.
Well, and we talked about Champ Ligon, the daily double with coaching both boys and girls. How about Jake Feldhaus? How often do you see such a great golfer and basketball player?
Well, his dad was the same. His dad was a dual athlete, too. His dad came in second place in the state championship individually when his senior year of high school, and he also was a big-time basketball player.
Outside of the family.
Outside the family. So that runs deep in their deal. They're all big-time golfers. Darren owns a golf course in Maysville, Kent Station. So Jack plays out there every single day. He plays more golf, really, than he does basketball.
You still didn't answer the question, though, Sean.
What's that?
Outside of the family, how well do players play golf and basketball? It seems the different skill set for both sports.
Well, it is. It does take, and the thing that they're worried about, especially with Jake, is, golfers aren't that tall. So they're worried about him growing more. That's going to hurt his golf game. But I tell you what, he's got a chance to be a pretty good basketball player, too.
We will step aside. Tip-off on the way back from Glycott.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
From Glycott, it's Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game is brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun, casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky, Community Action Council, New Vista, Tech 24, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Fast Signs. Now courtside for all the action from Glycott on Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College.
Welcome back to Bryan Station High School. Perhaps the marquee event tonight in Fayette County for Central Kentucky High School basketball. It's 4-1 Madison Central and 3-0 unbeaten Bryan Station. Both teams with aspirations of playing deep into March.
No doubt about it. Like we've said before, and I've said earlier, that Bryan Station is the most experienced team in the region, especially in Fayette County. And then you got a guy by the name of Alan Feldhouse Jr. that you can't keep out of discussion when it comes to tournament basketball in March.
Got a big game tonight in Scott County. Douglas against Great Crossing. We will update you on that score. We'll certainly do the best we can with that. This is a series that's gone back for several years. Madison Central leading 12-7, but the road team has won the last two. The Bryan Station defenders being introduced. And a couple of key football players that have been integrated in. We told you about Madison Central's Cody Morrison, but for Bryan Station, Tayshawn Adams played football for the first time this year, and he hadn't missed a beat back in the starting lineup for the basketball team.
Well, I think Tayshawn was working in the gym a little bit after practice, so from a timing standpoint and that when it comes to that, I think he was ready. Most time when you're playing football, you don't touch a basketball. You're out there and it's a different type of speed, it's a different type of physicality, and it takes you a while to become more finesse to play the game of basketball. But he's done a great job of doing both and hasn't shown that he's missed a beat.
Hammond, Adair, and Ritchie. Three officials tonight. So glad you joined us tonight on Glycott. If you get a chance, please subscribe to our platform. And we are off. As Amari Owens possessing it early, and they'll enter it in the lane. Faulkner from the elbow. It swirls out, and there's a rebound. The first of many, I guess, for Feldhouse tonight. Asher blocked on the take, and the pinball goes in.
That's two rebounds for Feldhouse. One on the defensive end and a tip in on the offensive end. Starting off on the right foot.
How does Bryan Station want to play in the half court when they have to?
They want to keep ball movement. They want to keep the floor space so Amari Owens can have driving lanes. But right now they're passing the ball, looking to go inside first, and I don't think that's the right thing to do.
Station 0 for their first two from the floor. And the ball's going to trickle over to Will Richardson. Feldhouse on a quick closeout from Faulkner. Just underway tonight from the north side.
You see Bryan Station is extending their defense, trying to deny the passing lanes. The more the ball's being reversed, the better off it is for Madison Central. And then it opened up a driving lane right there for Asher.
Luke Asher, his first field goal, he averages 24 points per. Justin Richmond hoists to three.
Great penetrating kick by Amari Owens. That's what he's going to be able to do tonight, be able to control the tempo by getting in the paint and making his teammates better.
Bryan Station on the board. 90 seconds have elapsed. The post entry ricochets right into the midst of Antoine Burton for Bryan Station.
Well, that's Bryan Station's MO. You know, getting hands on balls, creating deflections.
Owens going to go right past Morrison. Couldn't complete the play. As Madison Central's Cam Steele, the pint-sized point.
Like we talked about earlier, even off a made basket, Bryan Station will press you.
Luke Asher knocking in a three from the wing. Asher with 5, and Madison Central a very good start. Justin Richmond trying to carve some space.
Got to get in the paint. Got to get paint touches, Bryan
Faulkner
Station.
to the left. That's his strong side, and it rolls home.
Got to drive him.
Faulkner with 5, and a turnover in backcourt.
Pressure caused a turnover on Madison Central. Two contrasting styles. One wants to control the tempo. The other one wants to create it by speeding it up.
Tayshawn Adams knocking in a big three in Station with their first lead.
I tell you what, Chris, if he continues to do that and he can do that on a consistent basis, he's going to become a highly mid-major Division I prospect.
6'6", Adams. And Madison Central has that ball ricochet away. Great play by Burton to knock it free, but the ball's going to find Feldhaus for the bucket.
Against pressure like this, you always have to look at the rim. And the Madison Central did a great job of doing that. But then again, they didn't do a great job of controlling Amari Owens getting to the basket.
Owens on the floor. His first field goal. There's a three in transition for Richardson.
Well, Madison Central's going to make them pay. You know, they're just going to take what the defense gives them. They'll take a quick three if they get it, and they're taking them. And making them.
12-10 Faulkner answers in the near wing.
We said this was going to be a good game, Chris, and thus far it is.
Bryan Station, makers of 3 early threes, and they lead in a teeter-totter by 1, and the ball's going to find the baseline touch last by Antoine Burton of Bryan Station.
Great back tip by Faulkner. Got to keep the pressure on it. Throw over the top. Your back pursuit has to be there in order to create. Feldhaus misses.
Have an issue with the camera here. The master camera will try to rectify here as Faulkner drives.
Feldhaus goes up and blocks that. Pressure by Bryan Station. Can they handle it? Oh. Madison Central has to settle down. 10 seconds. 10-second count by the Bryan Station pressure. This is how Bryan Station is going to impose their will on Madison Central with their pressure, their full court pressure, and it's working pretty good right now. Madison Central needs to settle down, look ahead at the rim, and it'll tell you exactly what play to be made. Right now, because of the pressure, they're looking down on the floor and not paying attention what's in front of them.
Some perspiration on the far sideline will be absorbed as Chris Girton will relay it in for Bryan Station. Faulkner in the corner, inside the three-point line.
Faulkner's got it going, and Mari's finding him. He's got the hot hand.
17-12. Bryan Station lead under 4 minutes opening quarter. Richardson tries to respond. It pops out.
Another offensive rebound by Jake Feldhaus.
And look at Richmond accelerating in the baseline and out of bounds. It will belong to Bryan Station.
Tell you what, this is a highly competitive game. And Jake Feldhaus told you what we said before. He's eating the glass up. He's getting every offensive rebound and defensive rebound for Madison Central.
There's Tayshawn Adams on the bounce.
Good penetrating kick out to Richmond.
Richmond, just a pretty play as Richmond knocks it in.
Great penetration and kick.
Bryan Station, 5 3-point field goals in this opening stanza. There's Cody Morrison back to steal. Jake Feldhaus. Feldhaus with 7.
He's playing with a lot of confidence tonight.
Owens always exudes confidence. The pinball finds Adams, and he'll put it in.
And that's what he does for Bryan Station. He's the stat sheet stuffer. He's their offensive rebound, their motor guy. And he and Jake Feldhaus are going to have a heck of a night going against each other today.
Monte Ashford in for the first time for Bryan Station. Also checking in will be Brunley Fawn, 6'7" senior.
He's another physical presence that Bryan Station was delighted to see come into their program this year. Very athletic, big body, strong, can finish, great defender.
And Steele will handle up top, shadowed over there by Jordan Axum. So Bryan Station gone to the bench 3 times here in the opening 5.5 minutes. Pull-up jumper, that's Asher, a little bit long, and Owens sneaks in for the rebound. And a great effort from behind by Richardson, but Owens, the recipient, and off the heel as Steele lost the handle. It's Jordan Axum. And now Owens in acrobatically.
Great move by Amari Owens. Got in there, used his body and strength, and finished at the rim tough over 2 defenders.
Bryan Station by 9, their longest lead of this opening quarter.
This is what Champ's trying to do. He's trying to speed Madison Central up. They got it across. Now let's see if they can handle their half-court pressure.
Feldhaus backdoor cut, a great catch by Richardson, but it's rejected out by Girton.
Great backdoor, great pass by Jake Feldhaus. Even better play by the defender who blocked the shot.
And Madison Central going to inbound here. That's Ricky Goatley to trigger it in. And Goatley back in the corner. Nice head and shoulder fake, and he used the window well, but it popped out.
Great up and under move, just didn't finish.
Defenders looking for a double-figure lead early. Owens shake, bake,
good move,
and
great move, great move. That's what he does. He's one of the best penetrating finishing guards in the state of Kentucky.
First foul of the ball game, and look at Owens breaking the defender down up top.
Inside out crossover, finishing on the other side of the rim. Great move.
Free throw long as Central presses and pushes it across the timeline. And a block underneath.
Good ball fake by Jake Feldhaus. Getting to the rim, finishing at the rim, missing the left-hand layup, but going to the line. One thing I like about Alan Feldhaus's team right now, Madison Central, they're not backing down. They're trying now. They're kind of settling down a little bit, throwing the ball over the top, and they're not trying to bring it out. They're trying to attack the rim.
Feldhaus free throw off to the right.
The only thing about that is you got to make some of those shots because you play right in the Champ's hands by speeding you up because that's the way they want to play.
So Jake Feldhaus leading scorer thus far for Madison Central with 8 and the lead at 10.
1 minute left to go. Madison Central goes to zone.
Girton eyes in a 3.
Wow. Everybody's hitting tonight for Bryan Station.
13-point defenders lead and a well-executed play, but that's all from Cody Morrison, followed by Feldhaus is down.
Offensive rebound from Jake Feldhaus.
Jordan Axum tees one up. Got it again.
Everybody's joining the three-point party, Chris, for Bryan Station.
That's 7 of them in this opening quarter for Bryan Station. And Feldhaus will funnel it around the clock as 5 guarding 5 up top.
Madison Central got to be strong with your ball. Now
4
you got to
seconds.
get into the paint.
Steadying up for a threes. Asher and Luke Asher in for 3 to close the opening quarter. Hot start for Bryan Station. They lead by 11. We'll step aside. Second quarter on the way back from Glycod.
New year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Hot start for Bryan Station. They lead Madison Central by 11 as we welcome you back. Makers of 7 3-pointers in the opening 8 minutes.
I'll tell you what, everybody joined the three-point party for Bryan Station. Madison Central didn't expect this. They thought the zone could kind of slow them down a little bit, but man, it just gave them guys more confidence, and they were playing darts out there.
Can be Madison Central possession coming out of the timeout.
Now, I think Madison Central settled down a little bit, Chris. They had about 3 or 4 straight possessions towards the end of the quarter for buckets and offensive rebounds. So let's see if they handle it different in this second quarter and try to kind of cut this deficit down a little bit.
There's Feldhaus roaming baseline, so you've seen a couple of bigs rotate off Feldhaus here in the early phases.
Well, they better, because he's showing that he's growing with this Madison Central team transferring from Mason County. He's making his mark on this team, especially from a physical standpoint.
Nice conversion for Cody Morrison. 32-23 lead.
Cody Morrison is the only unsung senior on this basketball team. And that lets you know how young Madison Central is.
Antoine Burton now will pivot around the horn. There's Richmond fade away from the elbow, and possession to Madison Central.
Tough shot right there. Step back, behind the back, get a better shot than that. Bryan Station's been doing a good job of moving the basketball and getting great shots. I don't think that was something that Chapman really wanted.
Now Luke Asher going to spin it back to Cody Morrison.
Madison Central has to get in their stuff and take on Bryan Station's pressure.
I think for Champ Ligon, he's going to really challenge his team. How well can they guard in the half court? Thus far, they've done quite well.
They're doing quite well. They got Madison Central right now very uncomfortable. There's a back tip.
Adams pokes it away. Here's Richmond trickling up the floor for Station. Faulkner lets it fly. Pops out. And the rebound occupied by Feldhaus. And there's an acrobatic play and a foul on Bryan Station's Rashad Faulkner.
Tell you what, right now, Bryan Station is playing. This game is going right into their favor, what they want to do. They're pressuring the basketball, speeding Madison Central up, keeping them uncomfortable, making them think that there's 7 or 8 guys out there instead of 5.
Nice entry and a foul underneath on Tayshawn Adams, as Madison Central will draw the second foul this frame on Bryan Station.
Great look. Jake's got to finish that. But he's going to the line to make 2, for a chance to make 2.
There's Joe Powers on the thread of the needle. As Jordan Axum will shuttle out for Bryan Station.
Mario Owens comes back in the game.
Well, certainly the girth of numbers would have to favor Bryan Station this evening.
Oh, no doubt about it. Bryan Station is a much deeper team. They're more of a experienced team, and it's showing right now. But not only that, they're the most aggressive team in this area that I've seen.
There's Tayshawn Adams up top. He's made an early 3, as have most of his companions here early. Owens flings it up, and a rebound scooped away, and it's going to find an assertive Luke Asher for Madison Central.
Good defensive stand that time by Madison Central.
There's Powers angling in. Asher floats it in.
Great penetration and kick.
Luke Asher.
One thing about Madison Central, Chris, they don't go away. You know, they just played a great GRC team the other day, and they were right there with them. Every time GRC ran off, Madison Central came right back.
And the Indians on a little bit of a flurry here to get it back as that ball lost on the way up by Asher. Feldhaus found it and will be called for a shuffle.
Not bad effort right there. What Bryan Station has to do now is play with poise. Can they play a solid game when it's not up and down, when it's not a track meet? This is where Champ is trying to find out how his team has matured. When the things aren't going right and you're not playing in a great rhythm, can you execute down the stretch when you're playing in the half-court offense to get a good basket, a good high-percentage basket at that?
Indians flop as the ball inbounded and a nice deflection away. That was Powers. Got his hand on that.
Good defensive play right there by Powers. Madison Central's answered the bell thus far.
Steal inside the lane, a high arcer, and Burton with a rejection. And it might have gotten Burton on the way back, and it did, and it's out to the Indians.
They're fighting, Chris. Madison Central's fighting. This is where Bryan Station has to show poise and discipline in order for them to get to the next level coming down the stretch in March.
There's Feldhaus trying to work against Burton. Now Powers, he's not gun-shy coming in, and that one long, retrieved by Faulkner. And Station +5 with the ball.
Let's see if Bryan Station can get a great paint touch off penetration by Amari Owens.
Awfully difficult to stop. That's off. And Feldhaus carving out space with a rebound.
Tell you what, he's eating up rebounds right now thus far.
And Powers brought it down low, and he's tied up. Arrow, Bryan Station.
Great pressure by Bryan Station. Can't dribble to the coffin corner, especially against this pressing team and trapping team.
It's a revolving door on that Bryan Station sideline. At every dead ball, somebody's coming and going.
He's just keep platooning, baby. That's the sign of a deep team, and when you playing this style of play, you got to be deep.
What's that like on the sideline, knowing that your number is going to get called at some point?
Well, you know you're going to play. You know what I'm saying? And coach is going to give you a chance. And the way they play, shoot, you can make some plays. So it's a win-win for the players and kids at Bryan Station.
Powers spotting up short on a three, and Owens long rebound and beat everybody down the floor and put it in.
Great play by Amari Owens. Speed, baby. Speed kills.
Owens with 8, accelerated right past Feldhaus, but a great find, and there's a closing Adams rejection.
Amari Owens again.
And that's a play on.
That's where he's got to get better at. He's got to be under control. Don't lose your aggressiveness, but don't get out of control. Show maturity. That one right there, I think he drove too deep. He should have kicked it a little bit. But, man, he's a sight to see watching him play.
Now that was the conversion preceding the turnover as Madison Central, Champ Ligon pleading his case with the far side official. That's very important, a 3:09 here in this half.
Well, it's a game of runs. Like we said before.
Asher's got that left nostril. Got a big load of toilet paper up that nose. I don't know if he got something.
Yeah, he got smacked. He got smacked a little bit, and that's why he was down and went over to the sideline, got some tissue. I do that every now and then with my sinuses, Chris. I'll be driving down the street, and I'll have tissue paper in my nose, and people look at me and, wow, what's wrong with you? I need relief.
I'm not sure that was the case with Luke Asher. He'll have 2. Bryan Station with their 3rd foul here in this second quarter.
Surprisingly, Madison Central's not shooting free throws well right now. Can't leave those type of points on the board when you're playing against a pressing Bryan Station team.
That's a 3-shot foul as Asher will have one more. And one more defender, Faulkner, is out, and Mate Ashford back in. And that went in as well for Luke Asher.
Only a 7-point game.
Under 3 minutes, second quarter.
Madison Central, they're in man-to-man.
There's Owens veering left, his dominant hand.
Good
and it's
block by Feldhaus.
Trickle back to Ashford, rather to Asher. And Asher going to split the double, but he forgot something. Here's Bryan Station, a run out. Amari Owens up and in.
Bryan Station pressure.
Owens with 10. He's got 5 2-point field goals.
Madison Central's got to do a better job of fake high and throw low, or fake low and throw high. Use the ball fake. And then they also have to attack the seams. They can't be hit, continue to go back on their heels and subside to Bryan Station's pressure.
Now Asher going to float it all the way to Feldhaus.
Ooh, behind the back.
And a great take and a Station foul at the 2:14 mark.
Great move by the big fella. That's what you have to do, Chris. You got to attack the pressure. You can't go back on your heels and look for someone to pass it to. Even though guys got to help you out and run their hands into the ball, you got to attack that guy one-on-one. If it's a one-on-one situation, you got to get by him and get past the second floor of people, then give it up.
Yeah, Bryan Station, really the benefactors. The Indians have left 4 or 5 points on the board.
Can't do that. And they've had every – that's like a turnover. You know, if you don't score from a foul, especially against pressure like this, Bryan Station's done their job, especially when nobody's in foul trouble.
And Feldhaus will connect on the second of 2. Just over 2 minutes in this first half.
Bryan Station in the horns action.
Owens going to flip one up. That one a little bit long, and Steele able to reel in a rebound as he's trapped in backcourt.
This is what makes Bryan Station so good. They miss a shot, so what? We're still going to pressure you. We're going to try to keep you uncomfortable all game long.
There's Asher around as Madison Central will enter to the place they want it. And now Asher heaves up a 3, and he knocks it in.
Good inside to out. Great pass from Jake Feldhaus, and the extra pass for a wide open 3.
Owens could not respond. Tapped up and in, though.
He's been aggressive as his old self. He's just getting to the rim.
Owens now with 12. Great press offense. Basket in as it trickles home for Cody Morrison.
That's what Madison Central has to do, but can they keep up with this pace? There's Amari Owens again.
Owens with a quick 14. And what's the answer? How do you stop this play?
Well, first of all, you got to pick up the ball sooner than what you do. Everybody's just running back on their heels. You know that Amari Owens is the most aggressive player in the state. So you got to find out in transition where he is. So he doesn't get the ball, and if he does, stop him right away so he doesn't get to come downhill.
And Owens now with 15. Every time Madison Central is carved into this lead a bit, Bryan Station has had an answer. There's Will Richardson. He made 1-3 earlier. Blows right by Girton for the bunny.
Got to take what the defense gives you. Just keep attacking, keep attacking.
Richardson now with 5. And the lead at 6.
Let's see if Bryan Station can execute something here. Don't settle, don't settle.
Is that settling?
That's settling.
What a great crash by Adams.
Crash.
Tayshawn with points 6 and 7.
Now dribble the ball. See, they're back on their heels.
And an astute timeout by Coach Feldhaus. 22.3 left. 30-second break. Madison Central basketball after this pause from Don Franklin on Glycod.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family cart to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Alongside former Division I head coach Sean Woods, I'm Chris LaBar. Welcome back. Bryan Station by 8. Madison Central possession. Remnants first half after the Indians paused play for a timeout. There's Cam Steele on the handle.
Bryan Station comes out in a straight man-to-man, but with pressure.
5 seconds now. Movement. There's Will Richardson being badgered up top. Steele in the corner. Feldhaus launches a baseline jumper. And that's going to close the first half. A very entertaining 16 minutes. Bryan Station on top of Madison Central, 45-37. We'll step aside. More halftime coverage coming up right after this.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family cart to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech 24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Tonight's halftime report is brought to you by Mathnasium of East and West Lexington, sponsor of tonight's Scholar Athlete. Mathnasium unlocks the math potential in every child.
Back live at Bryan Station High School tonight. Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod. Chris LaBar along with former Wildcat Sean Woods. And Bryan Station 45, Madison Central 37. This game after one, Station by 11. So the Indians did trim 3 off the deficit.
Yeah, they did. And they're actually only down by 8.
Oh, okay, 45-37.
Yeah.
What would I say?
You said 11.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, I thought that, it was what we stated earlier. It was going to be 2 teams, 2 contrasting styles. One wants to control the game, and the other one wants to create the game. And Bryan Station's aggressiveness is really taking its toll on Madison Central a little bit, and that's the reason why they're up 8. But on the other end, when Bryan Station is not being disciplined offensively and selling for bad shots, which gives Madison Central an opportunity to get in transition and layups, that's been their downfall thus far too. So Bryan Station has to tighten up a little bit when they get the lead and show discipline and poise, and Madison Central has to continue to be more aggressive against the pressure from Bryan Station and finish more at the rim.
Some individual numbers for Madison Central. Jake Feldass, 15 points, 10 rebounds. Luke Asher with 13. Cody Morrison, 4. Will Richardson with 3. These numbers unofficial for Bryan Station. Amari Owens, 17 points on 8 of 17 shooting. You've got no other defender in double figures. Rashad Faulkner on 4 of 7 shooting has 9 points. Tayshawn Adams with 7. Justin Richmond with 6. Jordan Axum and Chris Girton each with 3, and some of these halftime numbers really rebounding. And then you look at Station, Sean, only 1 turnover in the first half.
Well, that's because Madison Station's not really trying to turn them over. They just want to sit back and really pack it in and make them shoot tough shots over them. But the reason why Bryan Station shoots such a good percentage is because they're creating layups off of Madison Central's turnovers by their pressure.
You got plus 11 on the backboard for Madison Central, and that was something they had to do well in to stay in this game tonight.
Well, they did, and we focused on Jake Feldhouse, and he's doing it. He's just as good as advertised on the glass. Double-figure rebounds. He has double-figure points. He's relentless. He's a lot like his dad, so it's in his genes a little bit.
Couple of quick tweaks. What do you look for from each team in the second half?
Well, if I'm Alan Feldhouse, I'm telling my guys to settle down. Take your time and attack their pressure. If there's only one guy guarding you, try to go by him, draw 2, then give it up. And then for Bryan Station, just keep putting pressure on them, and then we have the lead, and they're trying to slow us down the half court. Make sure that we execute and don't settle. Get the ball inside the out and create driving lanes for Mari Owens.
So glad you joined us tonight on Glycod halftime with Bryan Station on top of Madison Central 45-37. Second half next, right after this.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Calling all football fans. Come on down to Roosters, where the wings are hot, the drinks are cold, and the good times never stop. Roosters is where you can catch all the action of the game and enjoy a delicious meal. Choose from 15 varieties of sauces. Even try our burgers, salads, and out-of-this-world pizzas. Something for everyone at Roosters. Dine in, carry out, or let us cater. Open late for the Night Owls. Visit our Richmond Road location or off Nicholasville Road by Walmart.
Research has shown high school sports to be a great community influence. Join scores of local businesses that have partnered with Glycod in sponsoring live, hometown-oriented sports programming on our video and social media platforms. For more information, email info@glycod.com.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. college for your world.
With Fast Signs, create custom deep-sea signage that makes the wait a visual escape. Fast Signs, make your statement.
When it comes to vaping, the truth can get clouded. So let's make it clear. Vaping is not safe for youth.
Because vaping can put microscopic particles into your lungs.
And dangerous things like metals into your body.
And nicotine, which can harm a person's brain development through their mid-20s.
With appealing flavors, high nicotine levels, and lots of promotion on social media.
Many kids think vaping is harmless, but it's not.
So talk to your kids about the risks of vaping.
Because when you talk, they hear you.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at donfranklinauto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Madison Central basketball as we welcome you back. Indians 4-1 coming in. Bryan Station 3 for their first 3. This is the second consecutive year that Bryan Station has opened with a 3-0 spurt.
Well, that comes with scheduling too. Champ wants to know what he has first of all before he starts playing the Giants, and now this is the first of them.
It is a very difficult trek ahead for Bryan Station. Got the King of the Bluegrass next week in Eastern tomorrow afternoon. And a great play on the floor. That was dug out of there by Antoine Burton as Faulkner hoists a 3. And there's Burton back at the other end to get the rebound.
Transition offense for Bryan Station, gets an offensive rebound to 90% of the time, or a bucket, foul, or both.
Tayshawn Adams tacks it in. Adams now with 9. That's a corner 3, going to rattle out for Feldhaus.
Asher with offensive rebound.
Asher challenges Adams and puts it in.
Big time finish by Asher. Went over Adams for a big time bucket underneath.
Richmond free for 3. And a backside corral gobbled up by Madison Central. Going to deflect out off of Justin Richmond.
What I want to see from Madison Central coming out here is, will they be more stronger with their ball? Will they be able to face the fire and pressure?
Now Cam Steele, not a lot of offensive production on his shoulders. His job really to orchestrate this offense.
There you go. Go by him.
Cody Morrison going to itch it.
Get inside to out.
Richardson could not get it to rattle home, and skyward is Justin Richmond for the corral. Owens hoist 1. Oh my.
Yeah, see, I'll make him shoot those all night long because he's not shooting it with confidence. As long as he's not attacking the rim, as Allen Feldhaus, if I'm Allen Feldhaus, I'm feeling pretty good.
You know, the dead ball, though, is going to enable Station to pick up with some full court pressure.
Take your time. Be strong with your ball.
As Luke Asher finds Will Richardson up top for this Madison Central offense. Now Feldhaus drawing heavy congestion, puts it in anyway.
Big time move by Jake Feldhaus.
He's a nice looking player.
Yes, he is.
6-point Bryan Station advantage.
He's a walking double-double.
There's a lot of great players in this 11th region.
Yes, it is.
Faulkner. I'm not sure Burton was expecting that pass. There's Faulkner from 16. And Burton cleans it up.
Great offensive rebound by Burton. He's got to get going a little bit. And in this basketball game.
Burton with a putback, his first field goal, and a foul the other way as Cody Morrison accosted on his drive to the basket.
Champ is looking for Burton to be more aggressive and have a more of an inside presence on both sides of the ball, offensively and defensively. He needs him to be more aggressive, going after shots, blocking shots, and not only that, carving his way out from a big man standpoint, getting more offensive rebounds, and finishing more tougher at the rim on a consistent basis.
Madison Central sorely needing some free throw production. Now 6 of 10 from the foul line after the make from Cody Morrison.
May just take the senior to start the deal. Tell him to settle down at the line, Chris.
High arcer in for Morrison. Cody now with a half dozen. That's the size of the deficit with just over 5 minutes in this third quarter.
See, now Bryan Station is getting stagnant. The ball has to move like it was early in the game, in the first half.
There's Adams drawing some attention, threads the needle, and Faulkner trickles it home.
Good play right there. They posted the little guy up, used Faulkner's size and girth to finish over the little guard from Madison Central.
Strong drive, Morrison in tight confines, wouldn't get it to go in, and Richmond back for the secure for Station. Faulkner flings a three.
Good pitch up the court by Richmond. That's a big-time three right there.
Faulkner with 5 in succession, just like that. The lead swells to 11, and there's Feldhaus back to 9.
Tell you what, he's having a time right now.
Owens off, and a dead ball as Cody Morrison called for the first foul on Madison Central in this second half.
That's where Owens is at his best, putting pressure on the defense, getting out in transition, and getting to the rim.
Now, Coach Ligon talking about how he was challenging Amari in different facets of his game. What's his greatest deficiency that you see at this point?
Shooting and awareness. You know, having a real point guard instinct. You know, that's what he's getting better at. You know, we know he can go by people, and I think he has the potential to be a really good arm ball defender.
There's so many strengths to his game as a turnover out of bounds. Possession back to Bryan Station.
But when I can get a layup every time, the highest percentage shot in the world, I get a layup more so than I'll shoot a three, I'll tell you that. And that's what he's really good at.
Does he remind you of a left-handed Wayne Turner in any way?
Wayne passed it a little bit better.
At this age,
Owens. At this age, yeah. Wayne was a McDonald All-American, so, you know.
Yeah, fair point.
Wayne was, you know, was more cerebral as a basketball player, especially a point guard. But Wayne could score at bunches. I mean, he averaged 30-some points a game his senior year.
How did he get and develop that odd shooting formation?
I ask him that all the time. He said nobody just ever taught him or changed the shot, you know, and that was kind of a tough spot for him because even if he made them, it was ugly to watch.
And Owens having a little bit of a time at the foul line.
See, now he's just got to settle down. He's got to settle down now. He's getting frustrated because he hadn't made a couple shots, especially from a jump shot standpoint.
That one gets a friendly roll back to 11. This is or matches the largest lead thus far.
Bryan Station setting up their pressure. Let's see if Madison Central can handle it.
See what Asher can do free baseline as he traipses and now inches it in. And Asher intersecting and intercepting the pass as Owens puts it in.
Turnover leads to a layup for Bryan Station. That's who they are.
The passing lane intersection leads a bucket and a 13-point Bryan Station lead, their largest, and a 10 count.
Yeah, Bryan Station's posing their will on them a little bit. Madison Central's going back on their heels. Got to stay aggressive. Got to continue to look ahead instead of across. Got to use the dribble to attack the seams and be strong with your ball on the pass. And then they have to run their hands into the ball.
Faulkner, he's played so well tonight. That one rims off everything but. As Central with a stationary break, there's Joe Powers back in for his first appearance in the second half.
Madison Central needs to move it.
Richardson casts a three and knocks it in. And a Madison Central 30-second timeout. We'll step aside. Back in 30 after the Richardson three. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycon.
Bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. At new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball from Glycod.
Sean, what kind of play is this? What kind of action is this resulting in the three?
Well, they finally got ball movement. Moving the ball from side to side, penetration, handoff, penetration, drawing somebody for a wide open three.
Yeah, Richardson knocks it in. So we're back to live action. So the lead now at 10.
And see, this is where Bryan Station, what they have to work on, because they're going to be in games where they got leads, but can they sustain leads and win coming down the stretch in big games?
Axum trying to inch it down to Tayshawn Adams, and Adams, Feldhouse wouldn't budge. Axum flings a three.
Great inside to out.
Axum, his second made three of the night. A visibly improved player from a year ago.
Madison Central has to continue to dribble until somebody stops him.
Lead now matches that 13-point high water mark. And Axum in the passing lane.
Bad play right there.
And a shuffle.
That was an unforced turnover. I know they were getting pressure, but he didn't have to make that play. Just swing it and make the easy play against this pressure.
Got a Jordan Axum highlight, really makes the three, but races back at the other end. And I know Champ's got to be very fond of this defensive play.
He is, and this is, what he hangs his hat on. Changing defenses. Now he's in a full court man-to-man. All denial, which, we at Kentucky call black. See, draw two. Draw. Now you got it across.
And Richardson swings one long.
Good ball movement.
There's Feldhouse. Guess who?
And one.
And a foul underneath on Bruntley Fon.
Great offensive rebound by Jake Feldhouse.
So Feldhouse for a couple.
He hasn't made two in a row yet. Let's see if he can do it this time. Missed that one. These are crucial points, too, because the clock's not running. Gives you an opportunity to decrease the lead.
And the second one will settle in. Station the first to 60 tonight, and Jordan Axum, a big reason why, with 2 threes.
No doubt about it. It's just the pace of Bryan Station right now. That's the reason why they're scoring so many points a game.
Owens, 17-footer, rattles in.
Yeah, he needed that one. He needed that one.
Lead now at 14. Feldhouse shoots a three, and it stays in.
Feldhouse for three. He's scoring at all three levels tonight.
There's Adams, the trailer, and it popped right out of his hand. And a great play from behind as Ashford poked it, and Amari Owens.
Great play, not giving up on it.
And there's Bruntley Fon.
Offensive rebound for a dunk.
Coach Feldhouse working the sideline, and he might have a point there as Fon stayed up.
That was goaltending. Yeah, it was. He hung on the rim.
Yeah, Bruntley stayed up there for a minute. And Fon with a rebound.
See, he should have gave it up right there.
And Owens couldn't get it in. Here's Madison Central with 25 seconds in this quarter, and Fawn at both ends again. Ashford. And Brunley deserved that one.
Big man move right there. Big power move, grown man situation. Tough, hard offensive rebound in the trenches and finishes like a man. I thought he got fouled too. That could have easily been an N1.
Let's take a look at the initial basket by Brunley, and you can draw your own conclusion.
Well, there's some out of control situations right there. Then look at this back pursuit. That's just Champ Liggins basketball right there. Not giving up on the play. Amari Owens out of control, throws a bad pass and got lucky that.
5 seconds as
that Fawn got it and dunked it.
It's going to close the third quarter momentarily, as would be Bryan Station possession. And 2.4, that'll give Champion ample time to have one more sub come in.
See, 2.4 seconds, I lost a game like this. Let's see if Champ has a play, full court play, to score a bucket in 2.4 seconds, Chris.
There's Owens, a deep one. And that'll wrap up the third quarter. 13-point Bryan Station lead. And you're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by the Kentucky Army National Guard. Serve your country while going to school or work full-time. Find your fit at nationalguard.com.
15-point Bryan Station lead, 67-52. We get set for the fourth.
Here we go. Bryan Station. Let's see if Bryan Station can. Good cut by Faulkner. Good rebound by Jake Feldhouse.
Feldhouse, 4-2.
Good play.
And Dad's going to like that, John.
Yes, yeah, it looked like Darren a little bit. Caught the ball, drop step, N1.
13-point Bryan Station lead.
That was a great look by Will Richardson. He lost his footing a little bit, still had the nerve to make a good play to Jake for a wide open shot.
There's still 7:32 left, so ample time, but it certainly has to start at the defensive end for Madison Central.
Well, the key to Madison Central is, can they get enough stops to put a dent in this lead, and then can they be consistent at when they do get the lead, make a run, that they don't turn it over.
There's Rashad Faulkner for Station. Now Tayshawn Adams squares up. Adams lofts it high. And there's Feldhouse with a rebound. A deep one. And there's Adams going to be tied up by Cam Steele, and the arrow will stay Madison Central.
Good fight by Madison Central. I think that was an ill-advised three by Jake. He was feeling it. Little heat check. Come up short, but Madison Central fought for the rebound.
There's Feldhouse and Burton collaborating on that loose ball on the arrow, this time in favor of Bryan Station, with 7:03 in this fourth quarter.
Madison Central's fighting. They just can't get enough stops and can't get a long enough run to really put a dent in this score right now.
It's been a well-played game for Bryan Station.
Now they're settling down, getting the ball inside, see if they can work Adams a little bit.
And Adams a little too quick there, foul whistled on the Indians' Luke Asher.
Great idea by Champ to start going inside to Adams. Make him feel good, so he can keep rebounding for you.
Inside Burton.
See, that's where Burton has to become more aggressive in trying to score the basketball one-on-one in the post. If that starts to happen, then it gives Bryan Station another dimension in their arsenal.
Monte Ashford elevates from 15, and there's Burton. And how about steal that great effort?
How about that?
As Feldhaus inching and driving, and a Bryan Station foul.
Little Cam Steele.
And Cam Steele's got to be giving about a foot or 10 inches on the backside to Antoine Burton.
There's like, Burton, no matter how tall you are, I'm going to fight you for this ball.
And Feldhaus having a time at it tonight from the foul line.
It's one of those games where everything's going right. Something has to go wrong where you wasn't good at. And right tonight, it's with Jake at the free throw line. The other day, he was making free throws and getting up a bunch of rebounds, but he could throw one in the ocean. Now he's scoring it big time, but struggling at the free throw line.
Madison Central, they're able to procure the rebound. There's Asher and Owens with the rip away.
That aggressive defense by Bryan Station.
And Owens gets it to stay in.
That's what he does. Bryan Station's in a half-court man.
Under 6 now, and foul occurring on the floor, so that'll nullify the make. Powers
the ball,
finding Feldhaus. Flings a 3 and it's in.
This is as aggressive as I've seen Jake Feldhaus, and he's looking pretty good. There's a great pull-up right there by Amari Owens, under control.
Really been the story of this game. Every time Madison Central has had a little run, Bryan Station has responded.
They got one of the best guards in the state right there.
And Owens shadowing Feldhaus here. Here's Richardson sighting his sights on a long 3. Feldhaus and Owens. Faulkner leaking out, laying it in.
Fundamental basketball. Point guard always gets back if he's not shooting the ball. And Cam still didn't get back. You can't make that cross-court pass like that.
And Owens drawing a foul underneath. It's going to be on Asher. It's the Bryan Station sideline. A lot to be happy with tonight. Rashad Faulkner there, you see, receiving instruction from one of the assistants, and his imprint has been left on this game.
No doubt about it. He started the game with a 3. He started the onslaught of 3, especially in the first quarter. Settle down, Mari. The veteran point guard. Got to go up there and make free throws. It's the little things like this that sets you apart, especially coming down the stretch in March. There's another miss from foul point guard. Can't be that.
There's Adams, Gertin, that found himself in scoring position, but Madison Central out with it.
Cam still with another big-time rebound.
There's Cody Morrison. And Morrison with the blow-by.
Good reverse layup by Morrison, the lone senior on this Madison Central team. There he is. Got to stop that guy. Got to stop him early. If he's coming downhill, it's too late.
How long from baseline to baseline?
That was less than 3 seconds.
4 minutes in this fourth. And a foul away from the ball, or is that a warning of some sort? I think the near side official spotted Coach Feldhaus perhaps out of the box.
Well, as a coach, you got to fight for your guys. You know, Bryan Station is playing very aggressive, a lot of hands, smacking, so on and so forth. And Coach Feldhaus is trying to make the referees aware that their guys are actually getting hit a little bit.
Now Champ is out there about ready to take a bounce pass as well.
He knows that Coach Feldhaus has set up something good, a good underneath out of bounds play.
Here's Steele somehow able to preserve possession. And a little flip by Richardson.
Got to make that.
Here's Owens and Amari initiating contact, and poor Asher did all he could, but a foul nonetheless.
You like barbecue chicken if he gets that close on a catch to the basket. He's that good. Him coming downhill is as good as any guard I've seen in high school.
How do you defend that?
Well, you know, first of all, he's left-handed, so the only chance I got is try to cut him off and make him go right. But other than that, him coming at you one-on-one like a smooth, talented locomotive, you're in trouble.
I know you enjoyed chatting with him last week during the postgame.
I know his family. I know his dad. I know his grandfather. I know his uncle. And I just want these Lexington kids to have a chance. And, you know, anytime that I can really give him some good veteran. There it is.
Owens.
Penetrated kick. Hit this one. You need it.
Off.
That's okay.
And there's Feldhaus for his umpteenth rebound and a foul underneath on Bryan Station.
Anytime I can give these guys some advice, I'm going to do that because Lexington is still my home, and I know most of these inner city kids. And if I don't know them, I know their parents.
Coming up at the conclusion, we'll chat with winning coach and or player. Sean will have that for you, and we'll also preview some high school basketball. 3 girls games tomorrow on this platform. Be a doubleheader at Madison Central, LCA and Madison Central at 5:45, followed by Douglas and Franklin County. That's a rematch of last year's 11th Region Girls Championship. Just over 3 minutes now in this fourth.
Got to keep swinging the basketball.
Station on the verge of 4-0. Turn and shoot. And rebound Adams.
See, it's too late now. But he's got to start to hit that shot consistently, but he's getting to his spots, and that's where he's showing growth. He's playing under control. Now he's going to win confidence. He's going to start making that.
Rashad Faulkner stepped in for the foul. That's the 5th team foul, so Indians at the stripe for 2 for the balance of this fourth quarter on every following Bryan Station foul. Been a fun one tonight on the north side.
Yes, it has.
We saw an earlier score. Great Crossing was having their way versus Frederick Douglass. Would you still characterize Station as maybe the second top team in this 11th region?
I think so. Just because of their experience, their consistent pressure, and they're going to make you play their style of play for the whole game. And you know, Great Crossing may have the big fella, talent-wise, but they got to come to play when they play these Bryan Station defenders.
And they met last year in the quarters of the 11th region at Great Crossing.
And it was a great one.
It was. Great Crossing won by 8. And certainly a lot of time between now and postseason. Enjoy every step, but these two teams tonight, I think, are going to have fine years.
Oh, no doubt about it. And don't count, like I said, don't count Madison Central out coming down the stretch. In a one-game situation, you never know what can happen.
Owens setting up Tayshawn Adams.
For Madison Central not having really experience of going against this type of pressure, I'm impressed.
Adams with a foul on the floor. As Feldhaus, or was it on the floor? Nope, 2 free throws come up for the junior.
Tell you what, he's worked for his lunch pail today. He's been inside, outside, banging, defending, running. He's got that old Fieldhouse grit, buddy. And it started with Allen Sr. back in the day for the University of Kentucky. And he was a big-time high school player, I think, at Boone County.
What emotions, what feelings do you have when you watch him out there?
He looks like Darren. You know, he's one of mine. You know, when I first moved back here, I stayed with Darren. I went and played golf and hung out with Darren and Jake for about 2 days. And I got to really know him, play 2 days of golf with him, and I also got a chance to work him out. He's going to do whatever you ask. You know, he's not a quitter. He's got that high mentality motor. He's got a high major mentality, a toughness about him that's no quit. Got that same Fieldhouse grit. It's just experience now. He's playing for his uncle. He's playing for a better basketball coach. He's playing more basketball than he's ever done. And look at him right now. He's averaging a double-double, and he's not hadn't even scratched the surface yet.
1:45 in this fourth quarter as Richmond will float it over to Owens.
Hey, if I'm Madison Central, I'm fouling. I'm fouling Owens. He hasn't made a free throw yet. Maybe one out of about 8.
Now, Lamari coming in was 2 of 8 on the year coming in. Richmond floats it up and a foul underneath on Luke Asher. And
see, this is where Madison Central beats you at the end during the tournament time. See, all Allen Fieldhouse is doing now is he's taking notes in his mind, okay? When it comes down to pressure time, especially when you're playing in the regionals and things like that, these free throws come in handy. And he sees that Bryan Station is really not a really good free throw shooting team, especially their number one playmaker. Now that's the person to foul and neutralize.
Well, on the other side, conversely, I would think Champ Ligon understands this as well.
Oh, no doubt about it. But I just can't see Madison Central shooting this bad free throws for the rest of the year. I'm sure Coach Fieldhouse is going to work on that.
121.
Hopefully Bryan Station does too.
In the fourth.
Good
and steal.
Good
and a great catch and shoot.
Good play. He deserves one. He's been playing his heart out tonight. Steele.
Sure has his first field goal and what is now a 16-point Bryan Station lead. A minute left as the defenders will improve to 4-0. And Madison Central falling to 4-2. 2 points for Richmond.
Good bucket by Richmond. His dad was a pretty good player here at Bryan Station too, Jonathan Richmond.
There's Asher, the benefactor, and it's off. Owens, and a great unselfish pass.
Way to end the night with a great play like that. Amari Owens, Trishawn Adams, big-time play.
24 seconds left. Steal the reversal, and that one's going to trickle off from Cody Morrison. And an impressive 20-point win tonight for Bryan Station against a good team.
No doubt about it. Like I said before, they're experienced, they're speedy, they're aggressive. Now they got to learn how to win tough games down the stretch against good teams, and they're going to get tested in the King of the Bluegrass and also in the Lexington Catholic Tournament.
We'll take a look at their schedule coming up. Parlay into that. Eastern tomorrow, and then back-to-back weekends. As Bryan Station, for the moment, unblemished at 4-0. 20-point win tonight over Madison Central. Our post-game report on the way back. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycom.
Let's get real. We offer a lot of the same courses you'll find at a four-year college. But with our small classes and personal attention, you won't get lost in the crowd. College for the real world. College for your world.
Children love Head Start, and you will too. Community Action Council's prep academies are hiring now. Head Start is an early childhood education program for children from birth to age 5. Help us give more children the Head Start advantage.
Teacher, what are you waiting for?
Join our team of dedicated education professionals. Apply online today at comaction.org. What are you waiting for?
People want to define Gen Z, but that's our job.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire. I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time while I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Are you an HVAC and refrigeration tech looking for new opportunities? Tech24 is your single source for commercial HVAC, refrigeration, and kitchen equipment maintenance all across the country. We have exciting career opportunities with great pay and benefits in your area. To learn more, contact Brad at 864-549-8344 and check us out on the web at mytech24.com. 864-549-8344.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Make a bold impression when you show up in a new Kia from Cartown Kia.
Save $4,250 off a new 2024 Kia Sorento, or lease for $279 down and $279 per month. At new 2024 Kia Fortes, just $229 down and $229 per month. Or save more with rates as low as 0.9%.
And don't forget our 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Give them something to talk about in a new Kia from Cartown Kia and CartownKiaUSA.com.
Tonight's post-game recap is brought to you by Cartown Kia, your dealership for unmatched design, performance, and savings at 3120 Lexington Road in Nicholasville. Visit them online at CartownKiaUSA.com.
A 4-4 start for Bryan Station as they defeat Madison Central 83-63 tonight on Central Kentucky High School basketball. We will update the ticker momentarily. We will also let you know that Sean Woods will chat with a winning coach and or player here in the next couple of moments. Let's take a glance at your final numbers presented by our great friends at Community Action Council. And Bryan Station, 20-point win, and they did it with a -12 on the glass and plus 20 in terms of fewer turnovers. So two key stats in this game. Madison Central with 12 more rebounds and 20 more turnovers. So a couple of salient numbers as this Bryan Station team led tonight, as one would expect in scoring. It was Amari Owens. It was a fantastic 30 points on a 13 of 26 shooting. Amari 30 points and 5 rebounds. Rashad Faulkner on 7 of 14 shooting, finished with 16 points. Tayshawn Adams, 13 points. 9 for Justin Richmond. Jordan Axum with 6 points. 4 for Antoine Burton. 3 for Christian Girton. And 2 for Brunley Fawn. For Madison Central, Jake Feldhouse, 29 points, 18 rebounds. Luke Asher chipped in 15. Will Richardson and Cody Morrison each with 8. Cam Steele chipped in 3. We will step aside. Champ Ligon will join our Sean Woods. We'll have that in just a moment. You're watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family cart to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
You're watching Central Kentucky High School Basketball from Glycod.
Let's check in with Coach Ligon. He is over with Sean Woods. Go ahead, guys.
Well, Coach, your guys answered the bell again. This is probably your toughest foe thus far. Tell me what you thought about their progress playing against a great, solid basketball team in Madison Central.
Oh, I have so much respect for Coach Feldhouse and his program. They're a really good team, and, man, I'm just impressed with how hard my guys just keep coming back, man. We just keep coming back. They practice hard in practice. You've seen that. They just working at it. But tonight was a really sweet win, but we got to turn around and play tomorrow afternoon against Eastern out of Louisville, and they're really good too.
What are you seeing? What progress are you seeing your team making, thus far this early in the season?
Well, knock on wood, the one thing we're doing is we're not turning the ball over very much. And, I mean, our style of play creates turnovers both ways a little bit. But our guys are just doing a great job of handling the ball, finding the open man. We take a few bad shots, but we're working on it.
You deserve to take a few of them, you know what I mean? But my thing was, and you impressed me with, was when you do get a lead, okay, especially when you get down the stretch during March, I thought you did a great job of holding your composure and putting them away instead of making mistakes down the stretch to let them get back into the game.
Right. I think there was a couple trips we maybe could have slowed it up a little bit on the offensive end, but we were doing such a good job on the defensive end that was putting us into our fast break. But, we work really hard on our four-corner offense, and I think that proved that showed well tonight. And, you got a team down 10, 12, 2-3 minutes left. They're tired, and then you take the air out. That just sucks the wind out of their sails.
Exactly. And I'm telling you right now, I think you have the team to do that with the consistency that you're showing right now. Now the next test is Louisville Eastern, of course, but also a bigger test when you go down to the King of the Bluegrass and also Lexington Catholic. What are you looking forward to that situation?
Just looking forward to see how we react playing back-to-back nights and traveling. The King of the Bluegrass presents the problem of, we play 9:30 on a school night and have to be back the next day at school and then turn around and play 2 days later at 4:30 against the out-of-state power. So it's going to be a really real challenge. The teams we got lined up this month, we're going to find out. We're going to find out our strengths and our weaknesses.
I tell you what, there's been some guys that show up besides Amari Owens. How about Faulkner?
Oh, man, he's the microwave when he's on, man. He can just shoot lights out. And did you see Big Fawn rebounding the ball?
That?
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah.
I mentioned him early in the show that he's a great addition to you, bringing physicality, rebounding, toughness, defense. Man.
Well, the amazing thing is he's only been playing basketball for a year and a couple months. And it's he looks like he's played his whole life.
No doubt about it. Makes you look good, doesn't it?
It sure does.
Well, champ, listen, great game tonight. Keep it going, man, because please make me look good because everybody's getting on me and told me I'm talking bad about you. No, I love your team, and you know that. Right. I just think that you're the best team and you're the standard.
Well, we talk all the time about, we're not going to sneak up on anybody this year. This year we're going to get everybody's best shot, so we got to bring it every night out. But we've got experience. We got depth. The guys got a good work ethic. I think we'll be okay.
I think so too, man. Congratulations, man, to keep going.
Oh, thank you very much.
All right, buddy.
For any of your window, door, and siding needs, contact the team at Elite Building Products. Their factory-certified, licensed, and insured contractors have been installing energy-efficient windows and doors for over 30 years. They also offer energy tax credits and military veteran discounts. Locally owned and open weekdays at 242 Wilson Drive, just off of the 27 bypass. For a free estimate, call 859-887-2440. Elite Building Products.
Home of excellent service, support, and satisfaction, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment is your one-stop mower shop. Family owned since 1985, Lexington Outdoor offers top brands like Husqvarna, Toro, Grasshopper, and Echo. Plus, free pickup and delivery. Located just 2 miles west of Douglas High School, they're open weekdays and most Saturday mornings. For more info, stop in or visit their website at lexoutdoorpower.com. Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, the right equipment for the right job.
A new year means next level math, but even the best teachers can't always provide the personal attention each child needs. Magnesium has a solution to help any student excel. Our caring, highly trained instructors use a range of teaching modes that ensure true foundational understanding. We're not about rote memorization. The Magnesium method develops the critical thinking and problem-solving skills they need to succeed, with the option to learn face-to-face online at home or face-to-face at one of our 1,000 neighborhood learning centers. Magnesium, we're changing lives through math.
Let's get real. With us, you'll get a great education that can lead to a great career faster. Even better, you won't end up with crippling debt. College for the real world. College for your world.
At Don Franklin, we're about more than just selling cars. We're about families, generations of them. Founded by my parents in 1968, we've been here growing alongside you. From the first family car to the newest model for the next generation, our values of trust, care, and commitment are in every handshake, every deal. With over 5,000 vehicles to choose from, check them all out at DonFranklinAuto.com. Don Franklin, driven by family.
Central Kentucky Driving School is raising the bar in driver education because the safety of their students is too important for anything less. Offering driver training for teens and adults, Central Kentucky Driving School will equip you with the skills needed to become a safe and confident driver. A proud community partner, Central Kentucky Driving School invests in their students and families and guides you every step of the way. For more information, give them a call at 859-538-7775 or visit drivecky.com. This segment of tonight's game is brought to you by Central Kentucky Driving School, raising the bar in driver education. Man of War Harley-Davidson, 100% Kentucky owned and operated. And by Don Franklin Auto, driven by family.
Time now for the most outstanding players presented by Elite Building Products. They're locally owned and proud to support Glycod in all of their partnership endeavors. You can visit EliteKentucky.com or stop by their Nicholasville showroom at 242 Wilson Drive in Nicholasville. And certainly Jake Feldhouse, tremendous evening statistically, 29 points, 18 rebounds.
Ooh-wee. We said he was going to be a stat sheet stuffer, but from 17, he had 18 points last game against GRC. But to score 29 points, he resurrected himself offensively. He settled down, made those bunnies. You know, just think if he'd have made the free throws. You know, he was, 5 for 15 from the free throw line. If he just makes 10 of those and or 5 more, 10 or 15, you know, that's 34 points, Chris. And then on the other end, you know, you got to go with Amari Owens. But not only that, you got to give Rashad Faulkner some kudos, too, for shooting the basketball well. He made some great plays, had some great defensive efforts also, getting back tips, getting steals. He's the one who started the three-point barrage in the first quarter. So both of them are co-MVPs for Bryan Station tonight.
Coming up tomorrow, more high school basketball on Glycod presented by New Vista. At New Vista, they see the good ahead. Got 2 girls games coming up tomorrow, LCA Madison Central, and then Franklin County and Douglas. Our coverage will start at 5:15 Eastern tomorrow. So that'll do it for us tonight, Sean. 2 good teams, and I think really going to have promising seasons.
No doubt about it. I love to see these teams the way they're playing in March.
Thank you so much for joining us. Please subscribe and ring the bell on our YouTube channel. That'll do it for us. Our producer tonight has been Steve Bird, Joe Umayan on camera. For Sean Woods, I'm Chris LeBar. Good night from Bryan Station High School. You've been watching Central Kentucky High School basketball on Glycod.
From Glycod, this has been Central Kentucky High School basketball. Presented by Bluegrass Community and Technical College. College for the real world. College for your world. Tonight's game was brought to you by Cartown Kia in Nicholasville. Movement that inspires. IBEW Local 369. Power up your potential. Mathnasium of East and West Lexington. Changing lives through math. Roosters, a fun casual place for wings and more. Martin's Peterbilt of Central Kentucky. Community Action Council. New Vista, Tech 24, Lexington Outdoor Power Equipment, and Fast Signs.
For schedule information about our upcoming broadcasts, visit our website, glicod.com, Facebook and Twitter @Glycod. We thank you for tuning into this live sports presentation from Glycod.